Guten Tag, everyone. Poor Cynic here with Tyrant Reviews, and this is Duolingo by, well, Duolingo. This is a language learning app, and yes, I do occasionally review apps. Each 5-minute lesson presents or emphasizes a small aspect of a particular language. The more lessons you do, the more complex they become, naturally. Before I begin in earnest, I just have to say this is not going to be a comprehensive review of everything Duolingo has to offer. For one thing, I have not looked at all the languages on offer. Likewise, I have not looked at anything that uses a non-Latin based alphabet, things like Russian or Hebrew. So I don't know how typing things out might be different for those particular programs. Also want to note that Duolingo does have a browser version, so this is not just something you have to use on your tablet. You can actually use it on your computer as well. I decided to get this app on a whim after talking to one of my acquaintances online. Last time I tried to learn a language was way back in high school, where I took French. And that went all right for like the first few years. And then I got a teacher who wasn't great, and things started changing, and I really didn't enjoy it, and my grades suffered, and less said about that, the better. So I decided to come into this with a fresh slate, brand new beginning. I decided to go with German. But I will get into that momentarily. First, let's go what's on the screen. In the top left corner, we have the streak. The game rewards you for doing lessons every day. And the amount of lessons varies from, you can either have it at casual, which is like 5 minutes, it's one lesson, all the way up to, I want to say, 30. I decided to go with the normal 10, which is 2 lessons a day, 10 minutes. Then we have the language that I'm obviously looking into, which in this case is German. But you can also have multiple courses, and there's a fairly wide variety, less so if English is not your first language. But in this case, we have Spanish, French, German, Italian, Portuguese. I'm guessing by the icons that they mean Latin American Spanish and Brazilian Portuguese. But I also have Dutch, Irish, Danish, Swedish, Turkish, Esperanto, Norwegian, Ukrainian, Russian, Polish, Welsh, Hebrew, Vietnamese, and Hungarian. So there's a pretty wide selection. Some of you might have noticed that there are a few obvious missing ones. There's no Chinese, there's no Japanese, there's no Korean. I don't know why. I have my guesses. Maybe it's just harder to do that sort of thing with the kind of lessons they have. Maybe they don't have experts on hand who know those particular languages. But I do know that Duolingo is adding more languages, like Vietnamese. That's pretty recent. I want to say they did that in the last patch, which only went live like within a week of this recording. So they're going to add more stuff. I have faith. And then practice in the upper right, that's basically a general overview lesson where you can go over everything that you have already covered. And then here we have, all the basic things you can learn. They have basics and phrases and different cases and intros and all that sort of good stuff. You can also get bonus skills, which ties into the streak, because bonuses are purchased with lingots, and lingots are acquired through maintaining streaks. In this case, there are 2 bonus skills available to me at the moment. I can get idioms and proverbs, or I can learn how to flirt in German, because everybody knows that German is the language of romance. There's also like different outfits for Duo, who's the mascot. And then power-ups, which basically maintain your streak in case you can't or don't want to do it, for day after day after day. Then along the bottom, we have different categories. We're currently under Learn. Next is Social. There's a social aspect to this. You can share your progress with other friends who have Duolingo. You can look at leaderboards, you can look at the daily goal, you can edit that goal. Like I said before, it's casual, regular, serious, and insane. So I was actually wrong. It goes up to 50 XP per day, which is 50 minutes a day. So the equivalent of a high school class, essentially. And then finally we have Shop. We already saw this. Just get all that sort of good stuff. Now let's get into the lesson itself. So let's just start with food. In this case, we're going to learn about these particular words. Which one of these is the soup? I'm guessing it's die Soup. Wait, I didn't hear.
Die Suppe. Die Suppe.
Die Suppe. All right. Sorry, there's a bit of a lag between the program and my recorder, and I'm listening to it through the recorder. Otherwise, none of the sound would get through. So there might be pauses, so I apologize for that.
Wir essen Pizza.
Wir essen
Pizza.
Wir essen Pizza. Okay? Pizza. We, I think it's just are eating pizza, or yeah. And there are different ways to process each lesson. Some of these are selecting words, some of them are actually writing them out in English or German, and sometimes there's actually a bit where you talk into the device microphone. Yep, I'm correct. Which one of these is the fish?
Der Fisch.
Der Fisch. Der Fisch. Yes. It's a fairly sizable
Gut.
lag, I apologize. Gut, I'm guessing that means good. And in this case, if I want to check, you can just tap on the underlined
Gut.
word and it will say good, well, or goods.
Das Eis.
Das Eis. All right. Das
Ice.
Eis. The ice cream. I could go with some ice cream. The ice cream. Though I'm curious as to why it doesn't mean the ice and is actually mean the ice cream. Maybe ice is something completely different.
Ihr habt Hunger.
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 Okay. I am hungry. Or no, this is you are hungry. Or is it?
Ihr habt Hunger.
Ihr habt Hunger. You are hungry. And all the lessons are sort of like this. It's very approachable. It's very easy to get into. I will say that probably not everybody's going to appreciate this method of teaching. It's repetition over presentation and memorization. It's definitely not the way I learned languages back when I was in high school, which was, here are all the different words to conjugate, and here's this chart, and here's this, and here's a bunch of similar words. This is definitely different. Which one of these is the food? I'm guessing it's das
Das
Essen.
Essen.
It is.
Die Suppe.
Die Soup. The soup. What is it?
Die Suppe.
Die Suppe. Die Suppe. I keep anticipating the audio, but as I said, it's
Ich esse
loud.
Fisch.
I am eating fish. Ich esse Fisch. Yes.
Wir
And if
essen
you get a
Suppe.
question wrong, you'll actually lose a bit of progress. So that's the way it keeps going. It actually motivates you to do well and not just sort of fake your way through it. And here's one of the things where I have to type it out. We are eating soup. And there we go. Check it. We are good.
Es ist ein Fisch.
That means it is a fish. Is a fish. Yes. We have food. Now I have to actually find the words in German. Getting a little complicated. Here.
Wie
Yes. Yes.
essen.
Is that right? Let's find out. Nope, I screwed up. It's haben. I should have guessed that, because haben and have. One of the reasons I wanted to get into German is because English has so much of a link in it. They have a common root, as opposed to French, which I did before, which is a Romance language.
Der Mann hat einen Fisch.
Ah, this is one of the recording ones. Der Mann hat einen Fisch. You just tap that button to record and tap it again when you are done, and there we go. I am eating pizza.
Ich. Suppe. Pizza.
Oh, ich esse pizza. Shoot. Not doing well because I'm trying to focus on recording at the same time. We have soup.
Wir haben Suppe.
There we go. One pizza, please. That is ein Pizza, bitte. I'm certain. Oh, eine. Not eine. And that's one of the things. Because they don't have these charts, sometimes it's difficult to know where one thing goes. Although I could have just tapped. There we go. I'm not that bright sometimes. You have food. Yeah.
Ihr habt Essen.
There we go. Ihr habt Essen? The pizza.
Die Pizza.
Good. I am eating pizza.
Ich. Suppe.
Suppe
Pizza.
pizza. Oh, I did the same thing. I made the same mistake, didn't I? All right. I'm going to show off my knowledge instead I'm blowing it. You have food.
Ihr habt Essen.
Ihr habt Essen. Yes, good.
Die Suppe.
One pizza, please. Eine Pizza,
Pizza.
bitte.
Bitte.
Yes, there we go.
Eine Frau isst den
Okay,
Fisch.
here we go. This probably should be the last one. Eine Frau isst den Fisch. A woman is eating the fish. All right, there we go. 10 XP away from meeting my goal. But I'm going to cut it off there because we've already gone for a fair clip. I have to say, Duolingo has really impressed me. It's clean, it's easy to use, and it's got a lot to offer in terms of sheer content. Yes, it's missing a few obvious languages, but as I said before, I can understand why. But based on the fact that they're constantly adding new languages makes me hopeful that Duolingo can find a way to further expand their offering. I suppose I can't truly judge the efficacy of this app until I have a conversation with an actual German person. As you could tell by the lesson, that point is still a ways off. What I will say in the meantime is this. If you have any interest in learning a language, or are already learning a language and want to keep your skills sharp between lessons, then get Duolingo. It is well deserving of space on your device. I've been Poor Cynic, and I will see you all next time. Ta-ta, and farewell.